Yeah, thanks, Erica. Again, I thought another amazing crowd here at Subaru Park. We've made this a very difficult place to come and play for a lot of years now, and thanks to the fans for pushing us. I thought that the players, stepped up in a big way, had a pretty solid performance. I made a few changes to keep legs fresh, and then guys I thought did a really good job that came in to help the team. Overall, could we have scored a few more goals? I think absolutely, but always good to keep a clean sheet and to score 3 goals at home. The fans will go home happy, and the players did a great job this week in what's been a busy stretch. And we've done it without one of our best players and our captain, Alejandro Bedoya. We've done it without the 3 great players that are away with our U20s right now. So it shows the quality that we have in this team, and we're on a good little run here.
Jim, you heaped praise on Julian throughout this run.
Yeah.
To put 2 more away tonight, what can you say about just how he's continuing to progress while bagging these goals?
Yeah, so the best strikers in the world are ruthless, and I think Julian has that in him. I guarantee if you asked every center back that he banged into tonight, they feel him. You know what I mean? He's very, very physical. The way he pressed and defensively, the amount of tackles that he wins, the work rate, he was relentless for the 90 minutes. So he's getting better and better. It's always a dangerous thing because then you know what happens next. But he's a striker that can score. He's a striker that presses. So if you're a team that likes to press, he's a dream for a coach. And again, he has that South American kind of savvy in front of goal where he has a knack for running hard in the box. He's not afraid to put his body on the line to get a goal. So really proud of the season Julian's had. It gets better and better. I wanted to leave him out there just to reward him for the hard work that he had. Probably would have been smarter to not risk injury, but at the same time, when guys are possessed like that, you don't want to get in the way. So he did a great job. We have 1 game now in 17 days thanks to the scheduling. We can recover and the guys will be fine.
Mindset real quick. The sitter that he misses, I think,
Yeah.
the one that probably stick with him more from tonight. Does that speak to the mentality he has as that ruthless striker?
Yeah, look, every goal matters. We're a team that lost the Supporter Shield on a tiebreaker. So every goal for, every goal against, every win, all these little details matter. So even the one that people were saying might have been over the line, like that's a big call, even though it's a 3-0 game. Knowing how to navigate and manage a game also for the refs. To give a yellow card in a 3-0 when he doesn't have to, just stay under control, and he couldn't do it. So, again, all these little things become big things. So it was frustrating, and, I wish we could have gotten that 4th goal, and I think Julian would love to have gotten a hat trick, and he deserved a hat trick.
Jim, to that point, how nice is it on a night like this at the end of a busy week that you have strikers who can put away a couple chances early, and then that kind of changes the complexion of the game, just make it an easier night at the office for you guys?
Yeah, look, it needs to be said. Montreal played a lineup that we didn't anticipate. I think that's clear. They have a big game coming up next week. In some ways, that can be trickier, and I warned our guys, don't underestimate them. And to be fair, they created 3 or 4 really good chances in the first half where if Andre doesn't make a big save or Kai doesn't make that block, we would have let ourselves down. I thought the first half was a little too open. I think the second half we kind of got it under control. But it's always good when your strikers are going. I thought it was a very good night for Danny, for Ure and Carranza, and we talk about the volume of chances, first half, second half, that volume was high, whereas in past games, I'll say at the beginning of the season, we were getting 2 or 3 looks a game. I think there was, 15 to 20 really clear-cut chances tonight. So that's a good thing, and that speaks to those 3. You always hear me talk about the work that they do defensively, and that sets the tone for our group, and I'm going to say it 500 more times this year. It really is what makes us go, those 3. And the rest behind them feed off of it and follow and do a great job too.
2 more individuals. Jesus Bueno.
Yeah, good.
He did tonight, and Nate Harry will take 4 shots, which I don't know if he's done.
Yeah. Yeah, so Jesus, first of all, earned his minutes. He's a guy that has had decisions go against him and hasn't gotten many opportunities to start. But I thought he did an excellent job. Shows our depth, shows his quality. He's a starting caliber player on a heck of a lot of teams in this league. He just happens to have some good pieces in front of him, but our staff is trusting him more and more. He trains his butt off every day, is a true professional, and I thought was excellent tonight. And did a great job. Matt Real came in and did a great job at left wing back. Nathan Harriel, like you said, always is going to be a great 1v1 defender, adding that offensive piece to his game. And maybe focusing on hitting the target a little more and testing the goalkeeper. Sometimes he tries to maybe hit it too hard and you wind up losing a little technique and rushing things. So he was good on the night as well. Wins his duels, wins all his head balls. Can still work on getting better with the ball, but it was good to see him. And the wingbacks, when we do play with 3 center backs, it gives our wingbacks more opportunity to get higher up the field, and he did a good job.
Jim, you kind of controlled the game in the midfield, both defensively and offensively, kind of turned them over, created chances. What did you think were the difference there in the middle of the field?
Yeah, they're a team, when you watch the tape, they try and pass out of everything, and our guys are always programmed. Any straight pass is a pressing cue for our group. So, passes on an angle are tougher to press, but when a ball's played straight and a guy, has his back to you, you can really make up ground, and you saw us turn over probably 8 or 9 in really good spots off of their buildups. So yeah, the guys responded well to that. I think we won a lot of little duels and blocks, and we had good back pressure from our strikers, making it hard defensively. So overall, I thought we were able to turn over a team that if you give them time and space, they can pass out of some stuff. But we were pretty tight to them and physical all night, and it led to some good chance creation. We can still be a little more clinical, though, and punish mistakes better.
I would just love for you to expand more on Matt Brown. I think he had an incredible game today.
Yeah.
And really, when called upon, he's really showed up.
Yeah, so again, he falls into the category where he could start on a lot of teams in this league at a position that's very, very, I'll just say, poor in this league, left back. So we have the luxury of having 2 really good ones. He happens to play behind the best one in Kai, and that's unfortunate. But again, another guy that has had a great attitude and mentality, and is getting better and better. And is still young. I know we all think, and it's because it's true, Matt's been around for 5-6 years now, but you still look at his age, and he still has so much ahead of him, and he's such a good young defender. So happy for Matt. He contributed in a big way. In some ways, I think if you gave him a run of games as a left wing back too, that could be a really good spot for him because it lets him get forward well. You can see how good he crosses the ball. He can actually shoot very well too. He didn't get too many opportunities tonight, but he can lock his ankle and really hit a ball. So I liked what I saw. He did a great job, and he'll get more and more minutes if he continues to play like that. It's great. Yeah.
You've tried a few different lineups over the past few games. Obviously,
Yeah.
with a bunch of games in quick succession.
Mhm.
Is it more of a personnel thing, or are you just trying to change things up? You mentioned Montreal was a bit of a surprise running this lineup.
Yeah, it's a combination of both. I'm not a coach that when things are going well that's going to jump in and change formations too much. We've been a 4-4-2 diamond team, but we've had some real success with this back three, and it's grown on me. We've been difficult to play against, and the players deserve the credit for that because we didn't have the opportunity to train it a ton because we've been playing so many games, like you said, but they've stepped in and it suits some guys' skill sets. Part of it is, when you're missing Bedoya, we wanted to get our best 11 guys on the field, and Damien was part of that. So we said, let's try 3 center backs, and the players have done really, really well and not giving up a lot of goals and a lot of chances, which is a coach's dream. So, yeah, happy with where they're at. But, yeah, part of it is the busyness, getting some fresh legs in, but also, not having Alejandro and kind of going with putting your best 11 guys out there. Damien's been really good, and getting him on the field has been a good thing for us.
We're going to do last 3 starting middle back there, then Joe will wrap with John.
Jim, just a quick question on Kai. I know that it's definitely a bit of an unnatural position for him playing as like that third center back in the left side. Was the reason behind that, I guess, one, I'm assuming probably Damien just probably needed a little bit of rest, and then 2, kind of playing off of that, one thing I did really notice was that distribution from Kai was really important for that role. So I'm guessing that was kind of some of the reason behind wanting to put him in that spot to give Damien the rest.
Yeah, Damien's knee blew up after the last game. So he had a bunch of fluid drained out of there, an amount that I've never seen in my life before. But he actually bounced back really quickly. So, I think we're better with him on the field defensively for sure. But I also know he has played 2 games this week, to play a third, and then he has national team and Gold Cup coming up. You start to run the risk of some injuries. So, I talked with him, good conversation, an honest one, where I said, I think I want to hold you, and I'm going to need you, though, for the last 30 to close it out because we're going to get a lead, and I'm going to need you in there to defend, and we'll bump Kai up. And they did a good job with it. But, yeah, to your point on the passing out of the back, it's always more natural for a left footer on that side. So a left-footed center back really helps. The big discussion was, do we put Matt at left center back or at wing back? Like, that could have worked as well. And that speaks to the versatility of the group. We could paint Nathan Harriel's played as a third center back too. So the athleticism of the group combined with, good technical and tactical, IQs of the guys, we can put a lot of different people in a lot of different spots, which is good. It makes my job harder and probably as the season goes on, but these are good problems to have. And when everybody is back and healthy, it's a hard team to get in the 11, really hard, and it's going to be really hard to make our 20. There's going to be, guys that are starting even now that are going to be on the outside looking in. So it's a good thing, but it's also a grind of a season. There's a lot ahead of us still.
Jim, I know way back at the start of this run, it was all about the goal you set for X number of matches.
Yeah.
Now that you finally can take a step back on this last month or so, how much did it exceed your expectations, or did it at all?
Yeah.
You knew this group was capable of what they just put out?
Yeah, look, we had a loss at home to Orlando, but when you go back and look at it, we were missing 7 players, like good players that were away with the national team. We lost in Cincinnati when we played a second team preparing for Champions League. So if you really break down our losses, we lost to this Montreal team in the silliest way I've ever seen us lose a game. So we're still good. Is my point, and I don't think that the players have ever really wavered in that. Did we have a heartbreak and disappointment of the LAFC series? Of course, but you look at them; they're probably going to win the Champions League. They're a good team, so that hurt. We got beat, but this is still a really strong group, and one that wants to fight for everything now. So yeah, there's still a lot to play for, a lot of season left, but we're in a good spot, and it's the same group of guys. We're still really, really good, and it's a solid group, and I'll go to battle with them any day of the week.
There's one more on the Wagner rail. Not that I expect any of us expect that combination in 3-5-2 again anytime soon, given what you have. But is there something in that with those two where they can switch back and forth?
It happened once in the first half. I don't know if you saw it. I actually yelled at them to just stay where they are, just to see it. Because when you line up as an attacking player, and you're against the same guy all the time, and the angle's the exact same, and his tendencies are the exact same. There's nothing worse than when now all of a sudden that guy is higher up the field and one is dropped deeper. So they changed on their own at one point in the first half, and I like that because they both can kind of equally do that job. They've both done that job in training sessions before because they're versatile and good. So yeah, to answer your question, I would encourage that if you ever got to a point where, I don't want to turn into like the overlapping center back team, but I think there's some things there where you can have some interchange and it can work.
All right, thanks, Jim.
Thanks.